Oops. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing good out there today. If you could let us know if we are 5x5. Looks like it's showing up on here.
Yep, I got it on mine.
As long as the mic is working okay, we should be all set. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get make sure you guys are all in all messages, not top chat.
Live chat.
Yeah. Okay, how's everybody doing out there? Thank you for the 5x5, Katrinka, and congratulations on being first today. Savage Lee's in the house. Oki Khan. Who else did I see in here? Shannon. Quack stopped in for a minute and watched the replay. Happy birthday to your son, Quack. Coffee First was in here calling first, but she was not first this time. Silly girl.
Well, she was second.
Yeah, she was second. Thanks for the 5x5, Oki Khan. Sorry, I'm a little tired today and I'm a little sore. I don't know what I did to my my shoulder. I'm having some, I don't know. It hurts really bad, especially when I move it certain ways and stuff. So I'm gonna try to get through this, but just so you know, I'm kind of little not the best today. Hey, little lone prepper, good to see you. Hey, Frank Short, good to see you. So glad you guys are here today. So we might do some of the conflicted card scenarios. I'm not sure. But what I did want to do was we used to do those what if Thursdays, where we kind of came up with like different scenarios and things like that. Hey, Dynamite. And I wanted to kind of go over today, wanted to talk about because it's coming up on us pretty close here, the 2024 election, and talk about some what ifs.
This year flown by.
This year has flown by. I mean, we are coming up to election time already. Before you know it, it's going to be like Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then we're going to be in 2025. I can't believe it. It's crazy. Also, you guys, I did pin a comment for a link to join us if you want to join us up on here too. So we don't really have any notes. We're just gonna kind of wing it and go from there. And if you guys have anything you want to talk about in the chat too, just pop it on there. I'll try to make sure I can see it and stuff. Only 106 today.
It was kind of mild here today. It was a little overcast.
Well, 106 is not only, but yeah. Honestly, here in Texas, we've lived in a few different cities in Texas. One city that we lived in, we had like 100 days in a row of over 100 degrees. It was absolutely crazy. No wind or anything.
Well, it was windy.
A little bit of wind,
like a blast furnace. But like you say, for 100 days straight, the temperature never went below 100.
Hey, Paradise Acres, good to see you. We haven't had that yet. In fact, we've only had over 100 degrees a couple times. But the problem is where we're at in East Texas, it is humid, muggy, and there is no breeze whatsoever. It's hardly ever windy here. And that just, the breeze is what kind of makes it a little bit cooler and helps out and stuff.
Yeah.
But
at least in Wichita Falls, like say, the wind blew most of the time, and it usually wasn't humid.
Yeah. But over here, it just seems hotter than it actually is and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
But temperature-wise,
what if Rambo eats too many refried beans? Dynamite. Then he might be sleeping alone. I'm just kidding. Oh, that's funny.
It would get above 130 degrees on the flat line.
Yeah. That was pretty bad for you.
One time, somebody had one of those laser temperature checkers, and the concrete was 150 degrees.
Jeez, oh Pete, I couldn't even imagine that. The weatherman said 105 for Saturday, but I can bet we will be at least 110. Yeah, it's been some hot weather. We're getting towards the end of August, so hopefully it'll start getting a little cooler. But hey, Outlaw Farms, good to see you. Glad you are here. I know it's been a while since I've been on. Having a SHTF in my life for the last 6 months has really had me off the grid. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Outlaw Farms. Be praying for you. Hoping everything gets better. Hello, the Virginia Bushcrafter. Good to see you. Well, I guess that is more or less what happens after the election, I guess, is what it should be. Win, lose, or draw, World War III or dollar collapse is ready to launch. Deep state just waiting to see which way it falls. Yeah, I guess it's more or less what would happen after the election. If Kamala wins, we are in deep doo-doo. I personally don't believe that she can, but
without stealing it.
I didn't think that Biden could. Okay. And I know he didn't legitimately, but still, he did become president. We cannot have another 4 years of that. There will be nothing left. Yes, like Savagely said, World War III, which we're kind of on the cusp of that now. Like, it could happen at any time. We could be dragged into this. I don't know. I don't have a magic ball to say, oh, we've got 6 months or we got 8 months. Fortunately, I don't know. And I don't want to fearmonger anyone out there, and not one of those types of channels, but I do want to encourage everyone to just make sure you are prepared for the worst case scenario.
Well, also it's like, if you believe what you hear on the news is right, Latvia, Poland, a third one, which I can't remember the name, Denmark, and what's next? Denmark?
I don't know. I'm not.
The 2 countries that just joined the NATO. Well, anyways, there's about 7 European countries that are talking about sending troops to Ukraine to help them out. They in their opinion, Putin would not stop with Ukraine.
Yeah. So many things are going on right now. If this is not end times biblical, I don't know what is. I mean, I know people have thought that in the past, but I really, really firmly believe that we are stepping into a tribulation and different things like that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go read a Bible. I don't mean that in a mean way or anything like that, but we're both Christians, very, religious people, do believe in God's word. Hey, James Trump, good to see you. And so, I will never deny that or say anything again on this channel. I'll let my views be known. There might come a time where I could get in trouble for doing that, but you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do it until, as I draw my last breath. So,
which leads to what one of the things we've been talking about.
Yeah, if Democrats get the House and Senate, we are so beyond screwed. Yeah, we need to start thinking and figuring out. That's kind of why I wanted to do this video, and I might be doing more live streams about this kind of stuff. We need to figure out what's going to happen, what we're going to do, because I mean, this could go so bad and so quickly. I've heard I have to do more research. I do have a disclaimer up here, YouTube. So this video is for educational purposes. These scenarios are for fun. And these are just our opinions. Okay. So try to make peace with the YouTube people out there, because apparently we're kind of in trouble with them or something. I don't know what happened. We were over 600 subscribers. We had like 612 at one time, and now they keep unsubscribing people, and we were down to like 597 or something like that. I'm like, what on earth is happening? So for some reason, they're kind of upset with us. I don't know what's going on. I think it's a lot of people that speak the truth and stuff like that. I think they're out for all those channels and stuff.
They don't believe in the First Amendment.
Yeah, so
Well, they believe in it when they're talking.
yeah, it's their side can say whatever they want, but if we say something, no, it's wrong. So if you guys have not subscribed yet, please do that. And please just give the video a like. That will try to help the algorithm get it seen. I don't know if it helps a lot, but try everything. But I was just checking on comments here real quick for something. Okay. So let's just talk about that. First thing I'd like to say, and no matter which side wins, kind of like what Savage Lee was saying, there's going to be civil unrest. It's going to be worse if Trump wins. I firmly believe that because they will throw a hissy fit. Hey, Tara, good to see you. We know that. So we might get lucky. Trump might get in there. I'm praying every day for that to happen because if not, our country is just, I don't know. I don't think there's much left of it. We can't take any more inflation or anything, but the main thing is going to be civil unrest. I would say everybody be very careful.
A country in name only.
Yeah. Like, if you live in a big city or something like that, it would be Houston. I mean, it would be a good idea for you to move, but understandably, you can't just pack up and go. I understand that. It took us a while to be able to get a little country land out here in this little country town. So
everything just fell into place.
Yeah, and I understand that people have got jobs. They're waiting to maybe get some pensions and things like that. I understand that. So what can you do then if you have to be in the big city? Don't go out if you don't have to. Stay away from bad areas of your town that are known for that. Just because you carry on you doesn't mean you should put yourself in situations like that. Some people think that, well, I'm carrying on me, so it's okay if I go to the shady area of town or something like that. That's not a good idea, even if you do, because first of all, you don't want to have to use your weapon. I mean, I don't think anybody actually really wants to. Nobody wants to harm or kill someone or whatever. That's just it's not built in most of our DNAs to want to do that. Now, I will defend myself if need be, but I'm not going to put myself in a situation where it's more likely I would have to do that.
I carry all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if I never have to pull the trigger, that's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's a good thing.
And that's the way it should be. And if you're a responsible gun owner, that's how you should feel too, is, you should be like, okay, I have this just in case, but I never want to use it or anything. Yeah. But also make sure that you're,
like you said.
Yeah. But make sure you're trained on it too. And you know how to use it. Don't just carry it around and you've never shot a gun before or something. That's just asking for, something bad to happen,
Oh, that brings up a question to me. Is Dynamite in here?
Yeah, Dynamite's in here.
And other people, with me carrying all the time, like working out in the yard, how do you keep your sidearm from rusting up when you sweat on it?
If you live in a city, make friends with someone that doesn't. So that you can put up a shed on the property or something like that. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I being in these communities and stuff, this is now a time to actually meet up with some people, like-minded people like this and stuff. And maybe you can put, if things go super sour, that this person that that lives out in this country area or something, you can come over, maybe you got an RV or whatever, come over, camp up, set up a shed, something like that, so that you have a place to go if it gets too bad. That's a really good idea. James said you clean it and oil it.
I do frequently, and yes, I'm open carry on my property.
This is very true too, Paradise. It's hard to trust putting supplies on someone else's property. It is very hard. That's why you have to, even people that you are very close to and stuff, you don't know how they're going to act in a serious SHTF situation either. So, I mean, they might turn into some kind of crazy psycho person or something, or, they're going to take all of your stuff and not let you come back and get it. Um, so that could be a problem too. But if you've got some really good friends or family, this is what I always say. I have a hard time with this. I have a hard time trusting people. It's just the way I've been. I've had people all my life, especially adults when I was a kid, that did me really wrong. I won't get into detail and stuff, but so because of that, because adults that I looked up to did some horrible things to me, I've had a very rough time trusting anyone, even into my adulthood. That's just the way it is. And it's hard to break that cycle. But eventually, we are going to have to trust each other. So, what you need to do is just, check them out. See if you get, usually you can go by your instincts. If you have a bad feeling about them, then,
like Reagan said, trust but verify.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have used WD-40 on it. I'm just a little worried about the chemicals I might use on it to clean it and keep it. If it gets in contact with the ammunition, it will ruin the ammunition.
Yeah. Yeah, because even on we supposedly they have hogs out here a lot. I have only seen one, and it was actually right by town. Which our town is really tiny. But I was kind of surprised when we first came here, and we're actually at the place signing the papers and stuff and getting the key and everything like that. And there was somebody in there or something and was giving us a card and said, if you have a problem with hogs or something, call us and we'll take care of it for you. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, I don't need to pay anyone to come take care of it. I'll handle it myself. But
I can take care of that.
But we've lived here for a year and have not seen any hogs except that one. Yeah, that one that was by town, and that was it. Well, yeah, that's the thing too, definitely. I have no problem having people as long as they contribute, growing food, security, etc. Yeah, it's very important for that. But it's just, I mean, I'd love to open up my yard or whatever to anybody, that any of you guys that needed a place or something like that. Because we are confident enough that we can protect ourselves if need be and stuff. So that's not a problem.
Yeah, I'd be willing to have some people over.
Yeah, like I said, you might not know it from me talking on here and stuff, but I'm actually really shy, really quiet, until I get to know someone. So this is like completely out of my comfort zone talking on here. And that's just the way it is. So sometimes I might come off as being like snobby or something, and that is not what I am. I am just a quiet, shy person. So I have a hard time striking up conversations with people and trying to figure out what they're like and stuff like that. But then you also have to be careful when you're talking to people. You don't give them too much information in case they're on the wrong side or something. So you just got to be careful with things. And unfortunately in this world, you never know. The best people in the world might have something that you're surprised about. Like there was one person that was in the community and stuff that had done some stuff years ago that nobody knew about, and then somebody found out and it became like a big thing or something. But this was somebody that we had talked to for a long time. So it's like you never know, with people. All right, go ahead, because I've been talking a lot. I need a drink.
Right. Yes. Sometimes I think I'm a good judge of character, and if you meet somebody and you just have a bad feeling, perceive the cautious.
Yeah, trust those instincts.
Trust your instincts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I was gonna say is I heard somewhere, I think Heavy Duty Country did a video, but I didn't actually watch it. But it said something about Kamala doing a buyback, only it was
A gun grab.
Yeah, but
mandatory.
It was mandatory. Yeah, that's oh, Paradise Acres. So that situation affected her trust issues too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because like as somebody that we had talked to over and over again in different chats and stuff, and especially in one big creators, which I'm not going to mention who, you guys know who, because most of you guys are from there too. But it's like just didn't know something like that, and that kind of it just ruined, yeah, the trust issue from that too. Yeah, listen to contradictions in their stories. Yes, very true. Hey Loretta Hutch, good to see you.
Yeah, they'll usually trip themselves up.
Yep. But anyway, they were talking about doing a mandatory gun buyback. So I wanted to pose this question to you guys. Like, what if heaven forbid, she became president and decided to do a mandatory gun buyback and people were coming to your doors? What would you do in this situation? I've had many thoughts on this issue, because I like to just kind of think sometimes and sit there and go, okay, well, what if this happens? What would I do in that situation? That's why I like doing these kind of scenarios. Because sometimes in a situation, you have to think really quick. And if you've already thought about it, you might be able to figure it out a lot easier and stuff. So
Yeah.
Go ahead with what your ideas.
Well,
We were talking about earlier about the backyard and stuff.
Part of me wants to bury part of my guns because I still want to have some that are easily accessible. And
I like that one, Ed.
What's that?
I'd give mine back one round at a time.
Yeah, they want my ammo. I'll give it back to them. But one,
hey, handy prepper,
make sure it's waterproof. You don't want water to get in there and rust your guns. And Kelly was going to say, "Oh, well, they have records of you buying guns. They think you have guns, and they go in your backyard with a metal detector."
Well, yeah, because I told him, I was talking to him about this earlier, and I said, well, I mean, I'm not going to use, I lost mine in a boating accident and stuff, because they could still come in or whatever. I could either just try to stop them at the door, and then more people would possibly come, and more people, I don't know if that would really solve the problem. So I thought about burying them in different spots in the backyard. But I said to him, I said, but aren't they metal? So if they were smart and brought a metal detector, wouldn't they be able to find them? Well, he suggested taking a bunch of like nails and screws and stuff.
Bolts, metal, not aluminum, metal tacks, and just pepper the whole yard with them. Wherever they go, it's going to light up. There's metal.
Yeah, and then eventually they'd be like, well, screw this crap or whatever, and
we
they'd
can't dig up the whole yard.
Yeah, exactly. Hey Vision, good to see you. So I mean, there's a couple ways to do it. It's you can either just, come and take it. You could go this route, which is probably a little bit more difficult, but and then tell them, well, hey, I don't have anything here. I don't know what you're talking about. They could come in and look, but they're all in the yard, and you got all these nails and screws and everything everywhere, so they're not able to find anything. So that is a possibility.
Build secret doors and drawers in your house.
Yeah, you could do that too. Like have like flooring that lifts up or something that you can't tell that it does, like a little, kind of like a little safe place, it's small, it doesn't have to be too big or whatever. Put your stuff in there. That's a possibility. Or you could just express your rights, and you could take them out before they could even, get up in there and stuff like that. But like I said, the only problem with that, more likely more people will come to try to take them, and then eventually it's going to be a big mess. And that's my only thought with doing that route. Like, I mean, you can lie, you can say I lost mine in a boating accident or I sold them or whatever. But if they want to come in, you can tell them no. But if they have a search warrant, they do have a legal right to come in.
If they can get a judge to sign off on a search warrant.
Yeah.
Of course, the Chuckles as president, they'll probably be getting all the search warrants they want.
Yeah. The other thing is probably, hey, Jules, good to see you. A lot of people are probably like people that enforce this, like the military and police officers and stuff. A lot of them are not going to follow through with this. Like if they tell them, you know, you need to go and do this, a lot of them are going to just refuse. They're not going to do it. But a lot of people will still do it because they need to eat. They need to feed their families and stuff. And so they need to keep their job and stuff. So, you know, it's probably going to take a while for something like that to actually happen, because they just don't have enough people that were willing to do it. Hey, Teresa, good to see you.
Yeah,
I will not comply.
I will not give up my ability to protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they take away the Second Amendment right, all the other rights are gone too.
Yeah, I have a God-given right to protect me and my family. Exactly, Ed.
The government did not give me the right to protect myself.
Yeah,
did.
Oki Khan said they would have to do something to the Supreme Court to get away with it. Yeah, and the problem is that if Kamala gets in and then we lose like the House, the Senate, everything, I mean, we could be completely screwed. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could push all this stuff through, and you know, who's going to be, what are we going to do? Are we all going to stand up and stuff? That's something we need to figure out too, is maybe, I don't know what all I should say here on here. I'm not advocating violence. Okay. No. YouTube, no advocating violence, but, I think it's time that we do something, because the last election got stolen from us and nobody did anything. You know, a lot of people sat back and bitched like what we're doing now, but nobody really stood up and did anything about it. I think it's time we all get a backbone.
As for myself, I'll give it up when they pry it from my cold dead fingers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but if they get out, yeah, the Supreme Court has already said for the ATF to give back the bump stocks and binary triggers to people. But the problem is, what if they really can't get rid of the Supreme Court because they're tenured, so they can't.
Well,
they can add. Can't they add more people so that they can be on their side?
Make an amendment.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we have Kamala as president and we've got all these Democrats and stuff in there, can't they do something like that?
They can try. I don't know if they could succeed legally.
I don't know. You know, a lot of the things that they're doing right now is not legally. You know, that's the thing. Like with the bump stocks and the triggers and stuff like that. That's not legally. They can't do that.
Well, you know, the ATF got away with. Congress is supposed
to
make laws.
Yeah, the ATF does not make laws, but they seem to think that they can, and they keep coming up with new laws all the time, and it is actually really ridiculous, because the ATF never once was supposed to make laws. That's what Congress does. They just enforce the laws, but now they're enforcing laws and making laws.
Well, also you gotta look back. Waco, Ruby Ridge. The Rancher Bundy.
Hey, All American Prepper, good to see you.
Either the ATF or FBI or both straight up executed Bundy and got away with it.
Yeah, that was a really messed up situation.
He had his hands up in the air and they shot him dead.
Yeah.
And got away with it.
Yeah, I agree. Outlaw farms. 99% of what the government does is illegal.
Yep.
And again, like I said, we let them do it. And that's why they're pushing so hard for different things, because we just keep letting them do it and keep letting them get away with it. I mean, seriously, the people that are in Congress are supposed to be working for us. We pay their paychecks. They're working for us, we the people. But that's not what's happening. They're working for themselves. They're working to make their pockets fatter. They're doing whatever as long as somebody tells them, hey, I'll give you this money, push this bill through, and they do it, even if it's not the right thing to do. It doesn't matter if it's a Democrat or a Republican. Both sides are doing the same thing.
I had a political science teacher in college that was a congressman, and he said he made more money as a lobbyist after he got out than he did ever as a congressman.
Yeah.
Of course, that was back when he wasn't crooked. Now congressmen, senators are getting rich, both sides.
Yeah. In my personal opinion, everybody needs to go. They need to start all over. And also, what is this where you have to be rich to even run for any office and stuff? It's not supposed to be like that. And it's also not supposed to be a permanent job. You're not supposed to be in the Senate for 50 years or whatever, and then vice president, whatever, that's not how it was supposed to be. They need term limits, just like a president, just like a vice president. They need term limits. That's the first thing they need to do. But Congress has to vote on it and they're not going to do that because they got a nice cushy job. I mean, shoot, I think they get paid, like Congress or something gets paid like $275,000 a year or something like that. How are they millionaires, and some of them even billionaires? It makes you wonder, obviously, what's going on. Well, yes, that's what I was trying to get at. We need to give them all a pink slip. Yep. Don't let the door hit you in hard parts on the way out. Yes, exactly.
It's kind of like NP did insider trading and didn't try to hide it and got away with it.
Yeah. It's about time for some regular folks, some regular hardworking people, to be able to get up there and make some changes and stuff, and to be up there. I mean, I would run for Congress or something if I could afford it, but I don't know how to go out and, to get money and things like that. And it's just, and I wouldn't do what they want me to. So I'm not a puppet, they can't tell me what I need to do and stuff. So
did you see what went on today in Arizona?
I don't think so. What happened?
President Trump went to the border, out in the sticks, and somebody was saying it didn't look like he had a whole lot of protection. Also, there was a pedophile that I think he had arrest warrant out for him, and he had posted on Facebook that he was going to kill Trump, and he was in Arizona, and there was a bolo out for him. It said, but he was at large up to during Trump's being there before they finally decided to arrest him.
Thank you, Outlaw Farms. She would vote for me.
Maybe I'm just not connecting the dots properly, but it looked to me like there was a would-be assassin for Trump in the same state Trump was in, and the cops weren't trying hard to catch him.
See, I that's what I don't understand.
Wasn't putting up extra protection.
Yeah, does he not have any more protection since that was Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? I don't remember where that one was at. Because
I don't know, but I doubt it.
Probably not. And that's completely horrible. In fact, shortly after that happened, I had a really bad dream about another attempt on him, and I don't know why I had this dream. So I'm praying for him every day that nothing happens, because I don't see why there wouldn't be another one. But yeah, I had a dream shortly after that. And the second time I woke up before, but there was a lot of gunfire and stuff. So I'm just hoping that he's got a lot more protection on him and stuff, because they will stop at nothing to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's got bulletproof shields around the stage and stuff. I'm sure the cartels would love to take him out. Yeah, a lot of people would.
Well, as a matter of fact, there was one of the persons, reporters there, was saying right over there is where the fence stops, and right on the other side is the ex cartel.
Thank you, All American Proper. Okay, you have a good night, Loretta. Thank you for being here. Have a good night. Yeah, it's just it's just, I don't know. I'm at a loss of words right now, because
that's saying a lot.
Yeah, it's just, I really, really have this bad feeling that something is going to happen. I don't know about that or whatever, but I just think everybody needs to put it in overdrive right now and just prep like there's no tomorrow. Prep like, just make sure you have everything that you need. And like we were talking about a little while ago, if you're in a city or something, find another place where you'll be able to go to if you have to get out of there and stuff. Because I really, really believe, at least I hope, that Trump wins. Okay. I mean, I don't see how she could win, but I didn't see how Biden could. So I will just say that. And if Trump does win, they're going to lose their minds. I mean, they're going to lose their minds.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be civil unrest everywhere. Yeah. If you guys thought like the Portland Portland and all that stuff was bad before, and Chicago, how bad it is and stuff, you haven't seen nothing yet. It will get seriously. You just, prep as if your life depends on it. Yep, definitely. I'm confident that he will win legally. I'm not confident that they will let him win.
I think it's going to be a landslide.
I think he'll win by a landslide. I really do. But are they going to count the votes right? Are they going to find a bunch of dead people that cast ballots for Kamala? I mean, I don't know. This is all possible because it's happened before. So we just need to be prepared if that happens. What are we going to do about it? If Kamala wins, this country is done. I'm sorry. I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist, and there's no way that we can withstand 4 years of her. I mean, it's just not possible. I'd rather have him win and then have some riots break out, because me personally, I'll just be hiding off on my little corner away from everybody. You know what I'm saying? I've got enough food and water here and everything I need. I really don't have to leave for months, so that would be what I'll be doing. I'll be hiding out here. But if she wins, I don't know. That would be bad. Just say it that way. It would be bad.
Yeah. Not good even.
Yeah. Yeah, the opposite of good. Bad. Oops. There's a few very powerful people pulling the global strings. They are much more powerful than the Obamas, etc. Yes, exactly. There's a lot of powerful people that are pulling strings and stuff. And they will be able to get things done, if you know what I mean.
Except that, I don't know. It's, the left, I think, is evil, but they know how to close ranks and fight together. But it seemed like lately, not quite as
They're
much.
they're turning on each other too.
Yeah.
I mean, they turned on Biden. I think they're turning on Kamala too. Which is crazy because that's one thing that I used to say, at least about the left, is that at least they all stuck together and were organized. Because when Trump first came onto the scene, the Republicans hated him. They were fighting with each other. I'm like, can't we all just realize we're on the same side like the Democrats are? And that's one thing I would give them credit for. They all stick together and all did the same thing. But now they're coming unraveled. They're falling apart. They're turning on each other and stuff like that because they know their time is limited.
I heard a rumor that Kennedy's going to back Trump.
Yeah, he's going to back Trump.
And I heard a rumor that Trump's going to get him a cabinet position.
Yeah, yeah. So...
Yeah, the Society of the Skull, the crossbone, whatever you call it. That the Bushes were involved with.
Oh yeah, I know what you're trying to say, but I can't think of what it was called. Some society, secret society. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, we'll probably be discussing a lot about different things, especially as it becomes closer to time, and then after the election to see what what happens. But we are almost in September, so we've only got a couple months left. Just make sure you've got everything that you need. Well, yeah, that's yeah, that might be part of it too, the Illuminati, but yeah, the Freemasons, yeah, all of that. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I was interested in the Freemasons for a while until I found out what was behind them.
Yeah.
And what's the runs during the crusade?
I don't know, but there's a lot of different secret societies that they're all part of and stuff. I don't really think that they're secret since we all know this, but yeah. But yeah, we'll be discussing this stuff, I'm sure, continuously. I'm sure a lot of other channels are going to be discussing this stuff. We're all going to be so tired of election stuff by the time. Hey, Rayanne, good to see you. By the time the election comes along, we're all going to be tired of it. But I mean, this to me is like the most important election that we would have in our lifetime, probably. I don't know. There's just so much is riding on it with what happens. Like Trump's no savior, you guys. Jesus is the only one that saves. So, I'm not looking at Trump as like someone that's great. Templar. Yeah, the Knights Templar. I'm not looking at Trump like someone that's going to save us from this big mess and stuff. Like I said, Jesus is the only one that saves, but he will definitely help as much as he can to make it more of a slow burn instead of like what it's kind of, he's going to slow it down, probably the process a lot. Problem is, people are saying, well, he didn't do some of the things that he said he was going to do in the last election, when he won. But the reason behind that is because they were fighting him every single way. He was trying to do the stuff, but he had to fight Congress and everything so much on everything.
He did more things that he campaigned to do than any other president in the past, with maybe the exception of Reagan.
Yeah, but too many people are looking at it going, well, he said he was going to do this and didn't do it. He said this and didn't do it. Well, he tried to do the best that he can. He only had so much time, and with Congress fighting him every step of the way, it just made it more difficult for him to do this stuff.
Some of the rhinos stabbing in the back didn't help either.
Yeah, that too. Not just Democrats. The rhinos were against him too. So, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it is like there's really no way that it can be rigged, but okay, Biden supposedly beat Trump, yet Trump is having hundreds of thousands of people show up at his rallies, and Biden couldn't pull in 25 people to a rally. So explain that one to me.
So now they're running Chuckles, and during the primary where Chuckles was going against Biden,
Mm-hmm.
what, she had less than 5% of the vote?
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, deception in the last days is really strong. Yeah. Oh, I agree with you, Virginia. I'm not saying he didn't do. I'm saying what other people are saying. Yes, I believe he did more than any other president.
Oh yeah.
But there were some things that some people, not me, I'm not saying this, but some other people I've heard say like, well, he didn't get this done or whatever. And it's like I said, he did a ton considering how much he kept getting thrown at, like they kept pushing him and wouldn't let him do it. So, I mean, he did really good. Listening to her is like being on a roller coaster. Are you talking about Kamala? I'm assuming. Mm. Yeah.
Listening to her to me is like being sober and watching a drunk person talk.
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely hate that. Well, I don't drink anymore. I stopped drinking years ago, but the only way that I could actually listen to a drunk person talk was when I was drunk too. Now I just try to stay away from drunk people for the most part. I mean, to each their own. It's fine. I'm not saying I'm against it. I quit for my own reasons and stuff. So
I'd like to buy a bottle of Jack Daniels, but it's been a month more.
Yeah, he stopped drinking about a month ago or so. They put him on some pain meds for his shoulders and his knee and stuff, and
they told him on a new pain medicine. What's it called?
They put you on ketamine.
But
they told him that he had to stop drinking if he was taking it because it was Tylenol 4s, and said that it would affect his liver and stuff. So he just stopped drinking. She would drive you to do meth. She would drive you to do a lot of crazy things. Yeah, I can't listen to her for very long. It annoys me.
Jack Daniels and Everclear. And Southern Comfort.
She reminds me of that laughing jackass in the old Little Rascals episodes.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's the nice thing about Trump is that he's a businessman, not a politician. So
he didn't even draw his paycheck as president.
Yeah, he donated it or something like that too. And also one thing that he did is he did a lot of stuff for the veterans. And like Biden was saying that how the veterans love him and the military loves him and stuff, and just laughing at him like, no, they don't. They haven't done anything for them. They all love Trump. Because he did something personally and contacted the VA, and the VA contacted us and said, yes, Mr. President Trump contacted us and said that you have a problem with what's going on. We're like, wow. Kind of surprised that happened, but yeah.
Give you an idea, total knee replacement when Trump was president, when a veteran had a total knee replacement that was service connected, after the surgery were temporary 100% rating for 13 months after the surgery. Then they reevaluated. Since Biden's been president, they lowered that to 5 months.
Yeah, Biden's doing absolutely nothing for the VA, for the military, for the veterans, nothing. We got about 10 minutes.
Well, I got we'll talk, on a personal note, not one sympathy, but a week or two ago, I took a fall. For my surgeries, I did a bone scan for my whole body.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week. He was going to go in and have some dye. They inject some dye, and then they did a bone scan because they needed to check for his knee surgery to make sure it wasn't an infection before they went in. Otherwise, it would be a very difficult thing to do. It would take a lot more. But
the good news is there's no infection. The kind of bad news is said, oh, by the way, you've got a fractured rib.
Which we kind of thought that because he had fallen and the way that he was talking about it hurting and stuff like that. I told him, I said, I think you fractured a rib, which is kind of bad. But
how long does it take for a fractured rib to start?
Oh, it takes a while. It takes a while. Yeah. Sometimes I think a doctor told me once that a fractured rib actually takes longer to heal than a broken rib.
Oh, really?
So
I wouldn't not have known that.
Yeah.
Okay, my mother-in-law drove me to drinking.
Yeah. I was just reading chat, trying to see what you guys are talking about, what you guys all talking to each other, which is fine. That's good. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like-minded people to get together and discuss.
But again, we'll probably be getting off here in a few minutes. I think I'm gonna go over to All American Prepper is having a ladies' night live stream, so I'll probably be going over there and getting on their panel in a little while after we get off of here. But
I might look for a MAG or a militia in East Texas to join.
Yeah, I was going to say now is the time for you guys to start looking for different groups, different places to go. Having, like, I know we've talked about this before and other people I'm sure have, but if things were to get really bad at some point in time, regardless of why it's like that, you need to have some plans. Like, I know a lot of people want to stay where they're at. They want to bug in and not bug out. I understand that. We are going to do that for sure. But you also have to know when there's a time when you want to live to fight another day and you might have to leave. And if that's the case, you need to have an idea of where you're going. You don't want to just go out and wander around aimlessly with no idea of what you're doing or where you're going. That's just dangerous and stupid. So now's the time to figure these things out. Maybe drive around, figure out what some escape routes would be. If you need to get out, you got to make sure you have more than one way of getting out. Like we're doing a lot to fortify our house right now. We're building some guard towers. We're gonna get some sandbags and start getting that set up.
The best price on sandbags.
Yeah, I'll look at that stuff and see what I can find and stuff. So
and I saw YouTube where they were comparing sandbags filled with sand and with dirt, and they were saying as long as you pack the dirt down where there's no air pockets, that the dirt works as good as sand.
Yeah, so that's some of the things that we're going to be working on now. We've got, enough food to get us by for a while. We've got water. We've got a lake right near us. Plus we've got a bunch of IBC totes, big old 500. How many gallons are there?
They're
not 500, 75, 275
and 330.
Something like that.
We've got approximately 1,200 gallons of water.
Yeah, plus rain, which we haven't had rain in a while actually.
Yeah.
And a lake. So you guys need to just figure out for yourselves. I can't sit here and tell you you need to do this or you should be doing this. I can give you ideas of what we're doing and what works for us, and what that you need to have different ways to go places and make sure you have somewhere else to go just in case, whether it might be a friend or a family member's yard or whatever. You just need to have these things prepared ahead of time.
It's like I don't want to bug out. Maybe I'll start calling this place the Alamo.
Okay.
And make my last stand here, but I don't want to throw away, die meaninglessly. So if I have to bug out to live to fight another day, I'm thinking maybe Smoky Mountains.
Yeah. Katrinka, I'm going to All American Prepper to they're having a ladies' night, so I'll be on that one after this. Bye, Outlaw Farms. Have a good one. I'll be praying for you. Yeah,
be praying for us all.
Yeah, actually, I think everybody needs.
Did anybody notice our signs behind us?
Oh, yeah. Just got a couple new signs here. Let's see. I have great people skills. It is the idiots who test me. And then this one. I'm a veteran. Nothing scares me. I am so bad at putting this on here so you can see with the camera. I don't know why I keep having a problem with that. Those are new little plaques back here. I got I got to figure out our filming area and stuff like that and kind of get this set up a little better. Got a mess going on because we're artists too, so I've got so much paints and easels and canvases all over in here, so I need to get this room kind of organized and cleaned out. So
the joke where a cop pulls over an old lady and asks if she's got guns. Well, I got a pistol in the glove box there. I got another pistol in the center console here. I got another pistol in this console. I got a rifle in the back. I got another rifle in the trunk. And the cop says, "Lady, what are you scared of?" He says, "Not a damn thing."
Yeah, exactly. Look at what I have. Why would I be scared of anything? Yeah, exactly. You think it's gonna take 6 months or longer for anything?
Maybe from this point, but I think it'll spread out faster than people realize.
Yeah. I don't have a magic 8 ball or a wand, or I really don't know how long it's gonna take, but I can tell you it's gonna happen probably quicker than people think. But I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. We're close to World War III. That's something too. I think
closer than I expected.
I think one of the things that I'm a little worried about the most is sleeper cells inside the United States being activated. I think that is one of my main concerns, and I don't know how soon before that could happen. That's a big problem.
A standing army has a hard time fighting against guerrilla warfare, which also our standing armor needs to worry about Americans that they try to go after will be a guerrilla warfare.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't really talk about that much, but there's a lot of people that have come over across the border and stuff, people we don't know, people that are in, militias and different groups and stuff. We don't know any of these people. They've all gotten away. So
Putin says he wants Alaska back.
There's
Chinese and ISIS are coming across the southern border.
Yeah, everything that's going on over there.
Chinese are coming across the Canadian border.
I mean, not even just here, worldwide, there's stuff breaking out all over. You got civil unrest in Europe and stuff, in France, England, you've got with Israel. I mean, you've got Ukraine and Russia thing. I mean, it's just everywhere. So all I can say is just everyone keep prepping, keep doing the things that you're doing, and just take it one day at a time. Because I know a lot of people can get overwhelmed when this kind of stuff, just do what you can do.
Little Pepper said they're closer to one world order.
Yeah.
Call me crazy. I consider one world order as prep for Satan.
Well, yeah, it's part of the part of in Revelations in the Bible. Yeah, handy prepper. I can't bug out either. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that just can't for certain reasons. Either they can't, maybe they're disabled, they've got parents that they need to take care of or something. There's a lot of reasons. So fortifying your house is what you should do then, just do the best you can to make sure nobody can get in.
I figure bugging out's the worst case scenario, but I want to have a good truck so that option is still open.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's very low on our ideas. Like, we don't want to have to do it. And those that say, "Oh, I'm ready to bug out and I'll go live off the woods and whatever," they don't really want to, and they don't really realize how tough it will be. You're gonna have to find everything yourself: food, water, heat. I mean, it's not easy to do. Sure, maybe for a week, but I mean, any long term, no, it's gonna be hard.
I'm not wanting to go to war, but I'm ready to go to war. But I'd rather stay here instead of having to hump my M1A and all the ammo and the body armor. All that stuff is heavy, and I couldn't walk very far.
The 8-ball says you may rely on it, and 9-ball says, "Are you serious?" LOL. Yeah. All right, you guys. I think we're gonna end it here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for chatting with us and keeping us company and everything. Yeah, whose woods will you be in? That's the other thing too. People think that they're just gonna take off and go out in the woods. Well, whose land is that? You know, do you have permission to be there, or is the landowner gonna see you and, you know, take you out or something? I mean, you gotta think about these kind of things, and you know, and be careful. You guys, that's the goal of this channel and for everything, is just to please be careful out there. Please use your brain, think about what you should do. And I guess that's the best advice I got for you. Just use that noggin up there. I know most of you guys do out there, but you know, if somebody's coming across this video that hasn't seen us before or something, just, you know, you got to use that brain and realize what you need to do and get stuff done.
Like prep your soul. Your book has already been written, and what will happen is what's supposed to happen.
Yep. So I guess we'll leave you guys with that. Just everybody be safe out there. Take care. Keep prepping. And we will talk to you guys later. God bless y'all.
Adios, partners.